So, what has our favourite Chinese multi-hyphenate patriot been up to this week? Find out on the YIBO Weekly. Well, once more, I have actual news to share. I'm going to stop being surprised by this sometime soon. It was just the drought was so long earlier in the year that I'm used to kind of like feeling like I have to stretch, but there's no stretching required this week. It shouldn't take too long, but let's get there anyway. The two big pieces of news. Firstly, on Thursday, YIBO's race schedule for the next sort of part of the year was announced. He's going to be racing in the final round of the China GT in Shanghai, September 19th through 21, so in a couple of weeks. And then he's also going to be in an 8-hour endurance race that's also happening in Shanghai, end of the first week of October. So that's another thing that happened, but there was lots of people were on board with announcing that. So Eversu announced it, YIBO-OFFICIAL announced it, Castrol also announced it. Castrol looks like they are involved in it at some level. And so that was Thursday. That was fun. Lots of people excited about that. The other big thing that happened this week as far as YIBO news is concerned is that he dropped a new song on September the 1st. So there was hints about it and some teaser clips about it came out over the weekend, and then September 1st, the whole new song was released. There was the song itself came out first, and there was a music video release, and YIBO-OFFICIAL put out a whole bunch of photos. It's one of his government patriotic songs. This particular one is connected to the 80th anniversary of the end of the war with Japan. And of course, there is in China today, as I'm speaking, a great big, enormous international event at Tiananmen Square with North Korea and Russia and, dignitaries from Australia as well. A whole bunch of people from all sorts of different places have gone to this big military parade in Tiananmen Square. And YIBO's song was part of the lead up to that whole event. And I actually also put the music video up on my channel, which was quite the experience for me, because I looked around that morning to see if any other helpful person had put it up, and I didn't actually see it. And then I thought, well, I wanted to link to it on Blue Sky, but Blue Sky videos have to be like within 3 minutes. And so and then it suddenly struck me, oh, I know, I can just upload the video that I've downloaded off Weibo onto my YouTube channel, seeing as it's not there yet. And yes, that was an educational experience all up, because I got thousands and thousands of views, which is, whatever it is. But I also met the aunties, a handful of aunties in the comments section. So I got to learn about, YouTube moderation, which has not really been a major concern of mine up till now, despite the fact that I've had a channel on here for more than a decade. But yeah, so that was a thing. My initial listening to the song, I wasn't super excited, but I have to say it's grown on me. It has grown on me. I really like his voice. I know a lot of people say, singing isn't his greatest strength, and I agree that singing isn't probably his greatest strength. I think he's clearly a much stronger dancer, and his acting is next level, but I do genuinely enjoy his voice, the sort of timbre of his voice, like the quality of his singing voice. And I do think he's also improved significantly in recent times. So anyway, new song, that was all fun. And couple of other things to talk about before we get to brand stuff. Wild Old Snow, who was one of the guides, the first guide for the rainforest episodes in Exploring the Unknown. He posted in like the last couple of days a bunch of stuff reminiscing about the experience of being part of Exploring the Unknown. And he also put up a whole bunch of new never before seen behind the scenes photos. It was partly about it was the fact that it's a year since these episodes showed. And yeah, so he was reflecting on it. It's really interesting what he has to say. And I will put a couple of the photos up now. I forgot to mention, because YIBO posted on Monday, he made a post about the new song. We now know for certain that he's back in China because his IP address is listed as being in Beijing when he posted. So there you go. He is back. Nobody's spotted him as far as I can tell, but he's snuck back into the country. Good on him. Last little snippet of things before we move over to the other side is it was back to school apparently in China on Monday, the beginning of this week, and a couple of brands said something around about that. But what I will mention is that there was a hot search on Weibo about it was a number of universities, I believe, had commencement sort of celebration like events on Monday for the beginning of the new school year, and used YIBO's like songs that he'd done as part of their kind of program. And so there was this hot search going around on Weibo about YIBO, returning to school. so that was fun. But now it's time, as you know, for brand stuff. First thing I'm going to mention is that on last Wednesday, Helly Hansen put up a couple of new photos of YIBO, and they were gorgeous, with a yellow beanie. And I happened to be in town over on Friday night, and I went and found the Helly Hansen store to see if they had the beanie, but they didn't. I bought a yellow beanie, but it's not the one that YIBO had in the pictures, sadly. So yes, there were some gorgeous pictures from Helly Hansen. There were some really, really pretty pictures came out from Anta, and there was some Chef's Kiss pictures came out from Banana Inn, who they always seem to kick it out of the park. Jeans West are another brand, not a high fashion brand, but a clothing brand who do some really, really nice shots. But yeah, the Banana Inn ones were really good this week. Why don't we have a look at them? Why don't we have a look now? So there were a bunch of new picks. Apart from the official ones that YIBO-OFFICIAL put out, there were a number of brands. Red Bull also had a new pick out this week, and so did Helen Keller had one single new photo out this week. A bunch of brands did things around Qixi. I swear, I've listened to it a million times and I just cannot get it to come out of my mouth in the same sound that I'm hearing. Qixi Festival, which was on Friday. There were a million brands had photo edits and things. 4 of the brands had new voice messages that they put out for Qixi. So Jeans West had it, Edifier had it, Lifespace had it, and somebody else had it. Who else had it? I can't think. It'll be in the links below, so you don't need to rely on me. My favorite Qixi promotion that came out from the brands was actually Tiling, the electric scooter company. They had a very cute thing, which was they had a vote, like a web vote, and they had they said, imagine that YIBO has turned up to pick you up, to take you. He's turned up on the back of, you know, their scooter, and he's come to your place. What is it that you want him to say? So which Qixi blessing do you want to give him? So that was very fun, and they had like a different picture with each one, and you had to vote, and it was very cute. Anyway, so apart from all of that, the big brand thing that's being teased at the moment is Tempo have been teasing a new promotion coming up, which is supposed to come out on the 4th. So this Friday, I think. Is that right? Yeah. No. Tomorrow, Thursday. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, all in all, it's been a moderately busy week this week. There are rumors that there are a number of things about to happen, but none of that is confirmed. Born to Fly, of course, is reopening in cinemas in China today, Wednesday, but we're not talking about that because this review only goes up to Tuesday. But the big thing, of course, this week was the new song. So I am going to play us out with a little bit of the new song. I hope you're all well, and I hope you all have a wonderful YIBO Wednesday.